Hey guys, it's Ike, and welcome to my reaction to the 6th episode of Adachi and Shimamura. No recaps other than the fact that Adachi was trying her darndest, but god damn it, did she take a while in order to ask Shimamura out to the non-Christmas date. And as per usual, I learn a little bit more about Shimamura, and I'm just over here trying to rack my brain about her character in general, but I'm still not really gonna say anything until I at least feel confident enough to let it all out. But until then, I'll sprinkle it little by little, or I just won't say it at all. Other than that, let us get started. Because it's Christmas? Today's not gonna be a great memory or anything, that's right. Lower your expectations, Adachi. A nice romantic dinner date. Awesome. What is this luck that supposedly come with Christmas? You do Christmas stuff, obviously. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That was just Adachi lying to herself. Manager be like, oh, you got a date, huh? That's right, you know, I'm just hanging out with my girl friend on Christmas. It's nothing wrong with that. We haven't seen Yashiro, like, barely in the last episode. Well, isn't that kind of what you're doing right now, Adachi? Exactly. A present. Oh, hey, Hino. Yeah, that's right, because you two are attached at the hip. You know, from the two girls who are usually attached at the hip. You don't need to wait. Okay, just having a one-on-one conversation. What are we gonna ask her about? Whoa, that's great. Don't even remember which one it was. Probably not. If oh, well, I guess we can go to the tea shop together. Alright. Yeah, I'll say my piece after this. Yeah, and you know what? Consider the fact that these two, I feel like I've already said this, but consider that these two, who are very close to each other, had said to Shimamura that Adachi and Shimamura are attached at the hip. That's saying something. Well, eventually, you know, you guys only known each other for not even a year yet, right? Yeah, a year hasn't passed yet. Adachi? She has a day where she's too busy, where she has something to do just once a year. What does she spend the rest of her, spend the rest of the year for then? That is true. Okay, actually, I totally forgot. I was going to say my piece after that scene with in the lunch, but I really like that scene because I feel like that's the first time we've really seen these two girls interact with Adachi, because before we usually see them interact with Shimamura, and if there was Adachi, Shimamura is usually in the picture as well. And with Shimamura, Adachi is usually like, I just want to spend time with Adachi. I just want to spend time with Shimamura. So we have that little awkward feel with Hino and Nagafuji. But now that we actually have a scene with Hino being able to actually having a fucking one-on-one conversation with Adachi, and it doesn't feel awkward for the most part. You're a great honor student, Hino. Town. You're not weird at all, Adachi. I don't know. Adachi. Legend of Africa. You know, I was thinking, I was thinking, like, these sort of scenarios, you're always going to encounter the person you don't want to see, or, you know, the person you're shopping in secret and all that fucking mumbo jumbo. Oh, I wonder what Shimamura and Nagafuji are up to right now. Oh, because Hino thinks that Adachi might be. Okay. Love that little sweat that she has on. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, but your expectation was ruined. Aww. So in that frame with the text, you see Adachi's just trying to was about to write, "What were you doing with Nagafuji?" Oh yeah, totally not weird at all. I forgot to write that girl's name. The Shimamura's little sister. What? You've just told a little girl that you're an alien, and you're like, I can't show you proof that I'm an alien. You're a scammer. Little Shimamura. You call her Yachi. It's almost discount time. Oh, is that the fucking recorder? What? What? That's right, normal friends. Or that's at least what Shimamura wants to see you as. Or at least that's what her mind wants her to think. Yeah, you guys can go from normal friends to close friends. That was a lot of text that I didn't read. So she said, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Okay. Yes. yes. yes, yes. Or you felt that sting when you saw Shimamura hanging out with Nagafuji? That feeling of likeness? No, that's a response. That's a very default response. No, Adachi. Don't think any further into it. Well, hopefully nothing bothers you guys tomorrow. I understand what Adachi's going on about when she's trying to figure out what does the cool mean. Coolio? Cool beans? Chill out? Oh, it's Santa Claus! Or discount Santa Claus, it looks like. Oh, she's wearing her Chinese, her work clothes. A Chinese long dress? Ah, Adachi, you've exposed yourself. Since you saw her today, so like 5 minutes ago? Oh, so sexy, goddamn! Oh, well, you've got it. Damn, just tossed it right back at her. Skip the sarcasm. Whoa. Oh my god. She felt obligated as a friend. I don't know what sort of friend feels obligated to hang out on Christmas with another friend unless they're really, really close. And I'll get depressed. Go to the— ah! She snapped her fucking thumb. You should ask her first. Oh man, that little squeal from Adachi, dude. No, Adachi! Alright, like the fact that she just fucking said that no one else gets to hold hands besides you. That's a big thing, alright? You fucking— and you want more Adachi? I mean, I understand, but how dare— Hell yeah, dude, an arcade? This arcade has a ping pong table? Motherfucker. I wanna go to this arcade. Dude, air hockey is fucking dangerous. I don't know why. This is a Christmas day that I totally would do. Taking someone to the fucking arcade. It's the only thing I fucking do anyways. Just go to the arcade. That is true. It's very scary to know that one thing could endlessly like my past self. Shimamura just Shimamura just does not like to lose. And she was also over here like, oh, I've only ever played this in a video game with my little sister. Air hockey in a video game? burger menu! And also, did Adachi say, how do you like them apples? Yeah, did you see those skills that she did during air hockey? Like the one that goes, oh goddamn, dude. Those are some nice looking burgers. Yeah, so the year hasn't fully passed. In spring, they go into the second year. Okay. Honor student. Look, by the power of anime, don't worry, you guys will be in the same class. No, you can't open it. It was a lucky guess. At least she was being honest with it. Aw, you got a nice little head pat, Adachi. Is that a boomerang? It's a fucking boomerang! What are you doing with... So you're saying Adachi's a kid? It's the thought that counts. The goggles. I don't know why, I'm just thinking about heavy rain now. Sean! Wow. Hey, you know what? Exactly, it's your first try. I've tossed it a few times, that means I'm more experienced. Damn, dude! Look at that leg! So sexy! Ooh, it's the once in a lifetime opportunity. Close friends, best friends? Oh shit! Oh snap! It's quite a go you have, Adachi. Totally. I didn't really have a chance to remember anything. Huh. That was like the same scene that they use in the beginning of her holding her hand like that and fucking Shimamura patting her on the head. Alright, so that was episode 6 of Adachi to Shimamura. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like having conversations with you guys, and if I'm not responding, know that I read everybody's comments, and I like to like and heart comments that I particularly enjoy. Anyways, my overall thoughts for this episode is that it's very Adachi-centric, it's very Adachi-focused, you know, we're more into her head than we are in Shimamura's in this episode. And usually, yeah, I feel like in each episode it kind of switch back and forth. Sometimes we'll have a mix of Adachi and Shimamura. Yeah, this is a very Adachi-centric episode, and that just means I enjoy it very, very much. Wow, I forgot to take off my headphones. Anyways, I really like this episode, but I am very curious about what Shimamura is thinking throughout all of this, because we've just been seeing it in one side, and in the previous episode, we know that Shimamura was kind of getting ready to block out Adachi in a sense, when she had this feeling that Adachi might like her as a sort of romantic as a romantic figure kind of thing. So we had that thought for Shimamura, and that makes me very interested to see her side of this Christmas date. Other than that, let me get into the notes. So we will start at the beginning. So in the beginning, we had a rather simple monologue of Adachi wondering about Christmas, what to do on Christmas, and lowering her expectation of Christmas in general. And I thought that was a nice monologue, you know, it was very digestible, and we had a very short scene with her manager, and I just wonder who this lady is. I just want to know her name, alright? Who is this lady? In the next scene, Adachi goes through a few thoughts and concludes that since it is Christmas, there should be presents, so she wants to give a present to Shimamura. She encounters Hino alone during lunch and decides to have lunch with her as a chance and opportunity to ask her perhaps what Shimamura likes. To which Shimamura says, Does Shimamura really like anything? And consider that we delve into her head a little bit, we know that she used to like a lot of things, but now she just has a loss of interest for just about everything. And I've already talked about this during the reaction, but yes, I really, really enjoyed the scene between Adachi and Hino. We had a little bit of Nagafuji. There was like a little a little moment with Nagafuji and Hino, consider that we've also seen the little 2 build-up scenes with them beforehand. But yeah, I really like the scene. It feels like this is the first time we really see them talk and have a goddamn conversation and not feel as super awkward. And it just, to me anyways, it just brings them into the story in a way, for me anyways, you know, because I've always thought that Hino and Nagafuji was a little bit in their own little bubble, and I usually don't very enjoy those sort of things, like when there's a pair that is completely alone with each other and they're just in their own little bubble, nothing really affects them that much, or the story has very little effect on them, or they have very little effect on the story. I very much don't like those sort of pairing and story writing in general. So Hino and Adachi have a little hangout session after school where Hino helps Adachi pick out a present for her, which was at this tea shop. Perhaps it's a blend that Shimamura wanted to try, or like at least, and I guess the blend of the tea blend, yeah, too. The tea is called Legend of Africa. Hell yeah, dude. Anywho, during their hangout session, they see that Nagafuji and Shimamura are hanging out on their own as well. They're having a little alone time with each other. I wonder what's up, you know? It's totally not like they're doing the same thing as you're doing, Adachi, but Adachi's too busy thinking about how she isn't the only person that Shimamura hangs out alone. She doesn't feel as special anymore. But during these scenes, I really like Hino's brashness towards Adachi. Not really sure if brashness is a word and if it's correct or not. Yeah, I really like her attitude towards Adachi with how she says, "Oh, you're feeling anxious, aren't you? Because you don't know what to say." Oh man, those are the people that I love and hate at the same time, you know? Like they know what I'm thinking, but at the same time, it's like, man, I wish you wouldn't say that out loud. But again, I really like her attitude, and I like that she was trying to help alleviate perhaps some of the anxiety that Adachi might have felt, that she thought Adachi might have felt when she saw Shimamura and Nagafuji hanging out with each other. She even offered if they should follow them and see what's up or not. I really like that in Hino, and I felt like when we first met her, we didn't really get a good impression of Hino, or at least I didn't get a good impression of Hino, but this episode really brought her character up a notch for me anyways. After that, we had another short scene with Yashiro and Lil Shimamura. I can't remember Shimamura's little sister's name at the current moment, but I suppose that is what we will call her, Little Shimamura. Although, in my notes, I might just shorten it to Little S. It was an alright scene. I was fine with it. I thought it was nice and all, but moving on. After that short scene, we had Adachi trying to go into another denial that the feeling that she has for Shimamura is not love or romance, or perhaps even like, who knows what this feeling is. But she did text Shimamura that she was looking forward to tomorrow, which is, I guess, you know, it's just very enthusiastic and totally doesn't have any other meaning at all. And in response to that, Shimamura just writes, "Cool." Adachi proceeds to overthink the cool message because, of course, she does. But in that whole scene, she does say that she wants to know more about Shimamura. She wants to know what she's thinking. And, you know, she just wants to be able to know what she thinks when she texts something like, "Cool." Anyways, on Christmas, finally, on Christmas Day, we see that Adachi is wearing her work clothes because she remembers that Shimamura liked it and she called her cute when she wears that dress, to which, hey, you know, expectation was met. You wore it, perhaps expecting her to say that you're cute, and Shimamura said that you're cute. Expectation has been met, dude. Adachi tries to hold Shimamura's hand very forcefully, although in this effort she ends up cracking Shimamura's thumb instead, and Shimamura tells her that if she wants to hold hands, just fucking ask instead of trying to do it by force. And she does say along the line that no one else will steal this from her, you know, will steal Shimamura's hand from her, that perhaps Adachi is the only person who gets to hold hands, and I think that's a rather big thing to say, but Adachi wants more. So she's still a little disappointed that Shimamura is hanging out with other people. Some folks can say that that is a rather possessive attitude, but it's not like Adachi actually went through with that previous text that she did when she saw Shimamura and Nagafuji with each other. She was about to text like, "Hey, what are you doing with Nagafuji?" Which is quite a possessive thing to say. Like how did you know that I was hanging out with Nagafuji, and why the fuck do you need to ask? So in that regards, you know, Adachi held herself back and she didn't say that, but she still holds these feelings just a little bit, and that is understandable for a girl who's in fucking high school and isn't in love. You're going through all these goddamn change in your hormones and shit. But anyways, later on in the Christmas date, they exchange presents, and the present that Hino picked for Adachi turns out to be correct, and it was exactly what Shimamura was looking at before. And the present that Shimamura got for Adachi was a goddamn boomerang and goggles just in case the boomerang hits her fucking eye. Although honestly, like you two have already seen each other's physical prowess, so the fact that Adachi might have enough strength to toss a boomerang that fast that it'll smack her in her face, I don't think so. Although I suppose Adachi might have great cardio, considering that she bikes. There was an interesting thing during that whole present exchange, and it was with Shimamura saying that she had asked Nagafuji to go present picking for her little sister, compared to Adachi, who had asked Hino about what Shimamura likes directly. So I thought that was a rather interesting point, and I wonder if Adachi will remember that, because she seems like she was a little too distracted on the fact that Shimamura gave her a present. It doesn't matter what it was, it's the thought that counts. But I really feel like in that presence we can really see the difference in these two. Overall, the Christmas date was rather normal. Nothing too exciting happened other than the present exchange. And towards the end, we had Adachi who was going to take the chance to confess, ooh, goddamn, but she didn't, and she ends up telling Shimamura that she wants to be her best friend. I've never heard anybody say that, hey you, I want to be your best friend. I feel like best friends kind of just form naturally over the years, or just over the interactions, but you know, she just has to announce the new goal that she's aiming at for Shimamura, which is best friends. Totally, man. You guys are gonna be close friends. Well, that's about it for me. So, thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.